The Canadian front and center putting up ridiculous record-breaking numbers in this one, Jack.
Well, not only tonight, but he's put them up all year. The guy's a terrific player. And, you know, you look at Gonzaga tonight, they shared the ball really well. Close to 70% of their scores came off assists. You saw a lot of those dunks from Clarke. Thought they played great as a team. His energy was great. We chatted about this at halftime, Kia. His positioning in the post, he was just tough to stop. He got in there deep. And when he gets in there, he's a strong guy who finishes.
He absolutely put himself in every position to be successful. These were his sweet spots, and his teammates found them. He shot in a high efficiency today, 15 of 18 shots. That is almost absolutely unheard of. He was sensational tonight.
And as we mentioned, too, I mean, the blocks are a whole different part of this one. And we know they shut down Baylor's three ball, but then on the boards, the Canadian, simply sensational. As mentioned, he had averaged 3.1 during the regular season, 5 in this one. And, Jack, what impresses you more, the defensive side or the offensive side? The D was great.
Well, the energy was great. You know, the post-ups were unbelievable. But I thought the defense was, I mean, you know, Baylor had a tough time shooting the ball on the perimeter tonight. They shot 4 for 21 from 3. So they desperately needed to find different ways to score. And therefore, you got to go in the lane and score in there. And now you got a guy in there blocking 5 of your shots and changing a bunch of others.
And he moves extremely well for his size. He might get beat on the first step, but he recovers so quickly and comes across and plays help defense. And that's what the kind of teammate that you want behind you on defense.
You know, I thought Baylor was just in a really nice comfort zone the other night against Syracuse. Yeah. And tonight, they couldn't score on the perimeter, and then with Clarke in there, they couldn't score inside. It was one of those nights for them.
I think one of the scary things, too, for any opponent coming up in the Sweet 16, potentially the Elite Eight and further, would be the fact that Rui Hachimura wasn't even mentioned in this game. He only ends up with 6 points, so the fact that you don't even need your stud guy, really, I mean, if you're a future opponent, that's kind of concerning, is it not?
Well, their next opponent's Florida State. And, you know, they're going to have their hands full there. Florida State, as we know, has great size and shot blocking, and Clarke gives that for Gonzaga. But if you're Gonzaga, you know going in, you're going to have to play at a really high level to beat Florida State because they're playing with incredible confidence right now out of the ACC.
And I think it'll be an extremely exciting game because this is two teams who are not really one-dimensional. They have so many dynamic scorers, and defensively you need to lock down and lock in on everything. So that's a lot of energy you're expending on both ends.
You know what the problem is doing this broadcast? I want to see Fiondu Kabengele move on. I also want to see Brandon Clarke move on to the Elite Eight. I mean, I love the Canadian storylines at this point, but now we got to see two Canadians again go head-to-head, like saying goodbye to Andrew Nembhard today.
Well, it was a tough break for him, but on the other hand, you look at Iggy and the folks at Michigan, they win. He didn't have a big game tonight, but nonetheless, the good thing is you have players involved on a nightly basis, almost per game basis, that are from Canada, which is a really nice thing.
All right, so I know Kia's experienced a few of these throughout her collegiate career, and that was the celebration in the locker room. And here are the Zags after they won. Mark Few, you know what? Get rid of that jacket. Let's, Jack, you did that.
No, I cannot do that.
Come on.
I can't do that.
Did Gino Auriemma do that?
No, he does a little two-step jig. That's about it.
That's pretty impressive right there.
You know what, though? It's just an elation moment for this. And yeah, how much time, and I mean, Kia, you've been through this process, and Jack, you as a coach as well. When you have a really big win like this, you get a few days now to, you know, absorb what just happened and then start looking ahead, start planning for FSU. How much downtime do you have compared to, like, getting right back at it and looking ahead to that next opponent?
As a player, you can probably take the night, you know. You can go to sleep, you can sleep on it, have a great excitement about it, and then the next day, you know, if you get a day off, you're fortunate. If you don't, it becomes a mental day. You'll probably sit down in some film rooms, go over some things that we didn't do well in this game that we're going to need to do well in the next game. But if you're a coach, most coaches sit down right away, pull out the laptop, they're on film watching the last 15 games and getting themselves ready.